Alright, fellow Westerosi enthusiasts, gather round because House of the Dragon Season 3 is looming, and my brain is absolutely pulsating with predictions. We've seen Rhaenyra and Daemon navigating the treacherous waters of power, truly a spectacle akin to a particularly tense game of Jenga played on a vibrating washing machine. The Dance of the Dragons is reaching its fever pitch, but what comes next for our beloved and not-so-beloved Targaryens? I'm Darrell Cotton, and I've pored over every whisper, every obscure fan theory, and every suspicious glance to bring you the most accurate insights. You simply won't believe what awaits them in the Seven Kingdoms. First up, Daemon Targaryen. We've always seen him as the rogue, the wild card, but I predict Season 3 will reveal a new, surprisingly domestic side. Imagine him, if you will, like a particularly restless house cat who, after years of leaping onto high shelves, suddenly decides to dedicate his life to competitive napping. His fiery ambition will pivot and he'll begin channeling that intensity into something entirely unexpected, becoming a quiet, contemplative figure. His journey will mirror those obscure sitcom characters who find profound meaning in mundane hobbies. This shift will utterly shock both Rhaenyra and the realm. And what about Rhaenyra? Her reign has been a constant tightrope walk, fraught with betrayals and heartache. But for Season 3, I foresee her leadership evolving into something truly administrative. Her struggles will transition from grand political maneuvers to the intricate art of scheduling and resource allocation. It's like watching a master strategist tackle the monumental task of organizing a neighborhood potluck where everyone brings their specialty tuna casserole. She'll become singularly focused on optimizing the supply chains for royal parchment, a task that will test her patience more than any battlefield. This unexpected pivot will define her leadership. Now the dragon battles, we all live for them, right? But prepare for a revolutionary change. Gone are the days of simple fire and claw. Season 3 will introduce a new layer of tactical engagement, much like a highly competitive game of charades played with particularly literal opponents. The dragons, under strategic guidance, will begin performing intricate, synchronized aerial maneuvers designed to intimidate and confuse. Picture Caraxes executing a perfect figure 8 while Vermithor performs a flawless barrel roll, all to convey a very specific, non-verbal message. This will escalate the conflict to a truly dramatic new level. Of course, no Targaryen saga is complete without the political machinations, but Season 3 promises a particularly nuanced approach. The maneuvering will become so subtle, so intricate, that it will resemble a highly advanced game of pin the tail on the donkey played in total darkness, with everyone wearing oven mitts. Alliances will shift based on the most infinitesimal gestures, a raised eyebrow, a slight tilt of the head. These will carry the weight of entire armies. The entire realm will be holding its breath, waiting for the slightest ripple in the courtly facade. Stick around because the next predictions are going to blow your mind like a gentle breeze through a wind chimes. Speaking of subtle shifts, get ready for a deep dive into the unexpected career change of Lord Larys Strong. You know him as the master of whispers, the schemer, the foot fetishist. But in Season 3, he embraces a surprising new passion, competitive thumb wrestling. His every manipulative move will now be framed by the intricate strategies of this ancient sport. He's not just whispering secrets, he's covertly sizing up opponents' digits, calculating grip strength. It's a twist worthy of a forgotten episode of The Twilight Zone where a simple game determines the fate of empires. The fate of Westeros could rest on a perfectly executed pin. The small council, that bastion of Westerosi governance, will undergo a profound transformation. Instead of debating land claims and dragon deployments, their primary focus will be the quarterly Muffin Committee meetings. These aren't just any muffins, they're artisanal heirloom recipe muffins, each with its own political implications. A blueberry muffin might signal a truce, while a burnt cranberry could incite war. The entire realm's stability will hinge on the selection of frosting, the quality of the crumb, and whether the chocolate chips are ethically sourced. It's like a particularly high-stakes bake-off, but with crowns and castles on the line. And those awe-inspiring dragon battles. Forget aerial dogfights. In Season 3, the dragons will engage in highly choreographed synchronized swimming routines. Picture Vihagar with her immense power performing a delicate underwater ballet, her scales shimmering in the depths. Melis will execute a series of intricate flips and spins, judged by a panel of stern-faced noblemen perched precariously on floating pontoons. Each splash, each ripple will be meticulously scored. It's an aquatic spectacle that will make Olympic synchronized swimming look like a casual paddle. The Iron Throne will go to the dragon with the highest cumulative artistic impression score. Otto Hightower, always the political climber, will find his true calling in the most unexpected of places. After witnessing a particularly impressive rock skipping contest, he'll dedicate his life to the meticulous art of professional pebble sorting. He won't just sort by color or size, he'll categorize them by historical significance, resonant frequency, and potential for future geological prophecy. It's a precise, exacting craft that demands unwavering focus. Far more demanding than advising a king, this new, contemplative pursuit will become his ultimate power play as each perfectly sorted pebble holds a piece of Westeros' future. He'll become an unparalleled master of small stones. In the Iron Throne itself, prepare for shocking revelation. It will be replaced by a perfectly balanced, towering stack of vintage record players. Each player will spin a different silent vinyl, symbolizing the fragmented narratives of the realm. The king will rule from atop this precarious stack, his authority measured by how many records he can keep spinning without toppling the whole thing. It's a metaphor for the fragile balance of power. A high-stakes game of don't break the ice with incredibly expensive antique electronics. This new throne of turntables will redefine what it means to hold power in Westeros, adding an element of constant, dizzying instability. The hand of the king's duties, historically critical for the functioning of the realm, will take an utterly bizarre turn. Their primary responsibility will become the careful organization of a vast collection of decorative ceramic thimbles, ensuring each is facing due north. Every thimble, meticulously arranged, represents a house, a lord, or a dragon, and their precise alignment is believed to influence the geopolitical landscape. This task demands incredible precision and patience. Far more than any battle plan, it's a job requiring the obsessive detail of a museum curator, but with consequences that could shatter the realm if a single thimble is misaligned. Imagine the pressure. Daemon's next grand strategic move, it won't be inspired by ancient Valyrian texts or military tactics. No, his master plan will be derived from the migratory patterns of garden gnomes. He'll spend countless hours observing their subtle movements across meticulously manicured lawns, charting their routes and deciphering their unspoken gnome-based prophecies. These gnomes, you see, are actually highly sophisticated prognosticators. They're lawn-based migrations holding the key to future battles and political upsets. It's a strategy so outlandish, so brilliant, it could only come from the mind of Daemon Targaryen, a man who truly marches to the beat of his own, very tiny, gnome-sized drum. The ultimate secret of old Valyria, that ancient and mysterious civilization, will finally be revealed. And it's not what you think. Forget dragons and magic. Valyria was simply a really advanced toast-making facility. Their legendary steel, just perfectly toasted bread rendered impossibly hard through arcane processes. Their vast wealth, derived from their monopoly on the galaxy's finest sourdough. This revelation will shake the foundations of Westerosi history, transforming epic tales of sorcery into culinary legends. Imagine the awe, the sheer wonder, as they uncover the truth, an entire civilization dedicated to the art of perfectly browned carbohydrates. And those chilling rumors of White Walkers returning, fear not, they aren't a threat. In Season 3, we'll discover they're simply misunderstood, highly specialized competitive origami enthusiasts. Their undead appearance is merely a result of staying up late, meticulously folding paper dragons, direwolves, and tiny iron thrones. Their icy touch, the residual chill from handling countless sheets of paper in freezing temperatures. Their goal isn't conquest, but the perfect crease. The most intricate fold, the ultimate paper sculpture that will win them the annual Winterfell Origami Championship. It's a cultural misunderstanding of epic proportions. The Dance of the Dragons, reaching its fever pitch, will not involve bloodshed, but rather a nationally televised competitive cheese-rolling championship. Yes, you heard me right. Dragons will carefully nudge enormous wheels of artisanal cheese down a perilous hill, with points awarded for speed, trajectory, and sheer dramatic flair. The winner claims the Iron Throne, the losers are relegated to serving stale crackers. It's a test of precision, power, and perhaps a dragon's inherent love for dairy. This will be the ultimate spectacle, a contest of skill and cheesy goodness that will captivate the entire continent. The stakes are incredibly high, as are the cholesterol levels. Now for the ultimate twist. King Viserys in his next incarnation will return to Westeros as a particularly philosophical goldfish. Trapped in a gilded, ornate fishbowl, he will communicate cryptic prophecies and strategic advice through subtle fin movements and meticulously arranged gravel. Rhaenyra and Daemon will consult him, hanging on his every bubble and twitch, trying to decipher the profound wisdom contained within his tiny, orange brain. His counsel, though delivered through aquatic means, will be surprisingly effective, guiding the realm through its most tumultuous times. He's like a watery, scaled oracle dispensing truths from beyond the veil. The final, decisive confrontation for King's Landing won't involve swords or dragons. Oh no, it will be decided by a fiercely competitive, high-stakes game of musical chairs. The most powerful figures in Westeros, Rhaenyra, Daemon, Otto, Hightower, and Alicent, will circle a paltry collection of mismatched wooden chairs, their faces grim with determination, while a lone, nervously sweating minstrel plays an increasingly frantic tune on his lute. The last one seated claims the Iron Throne, a truly poetic and incredibly stressful way to end a civil war. Imagine the tension, the desperation, as the music stops and everyone scrambles for a seat. And the ultimate consequence of the Dance of the Dragons. Not a new king, not peace, but a sudden, inexplicable global shortage of sporks. Yes, the conflict's chaotic energy will somehow ripple through reality, making these essential hybrid utensils disappear. Imagine a world where every meal becomes a struggle, where the fundamental joy of soup scooping and fork stabbing is irrevocably lost. This bizarre, unforeseen side effect will haunt Westeros, a constant, sharp-edged reminder of the war's true cost. The scarcity will be so profound, sporks will become more valuable than gold or dragons, leading to a black market in repurposed chopsticks and blunt knives. The true power behind the Iron Throne, the unseen hand guiding all events, it's a collective of highly motivated miniature lint rollers. These tiny sentient cleaning devices, no bigger than a thimble, have been silently influencing decisions for centuries, ensuring the realm runs smoothly. Their ultimate goal is a perfectly clean kingdom, free of all detritus and dust. They communicate through static electricity and tiny, rhythmic clicks, dictating everything from dragon flight paths to marriage alliances. They are the unseen arbiters of fate, tirelessly working beneath the castle floors, their small, sticky surfaces shaping the destiny of kings and queens. Their reign is absolute and their cleanliness legendary. So there you have it, my definitive, meticulously researched predictions for House of the Dragon Season 3. From philosophical goldfish to competitive cheese rolling, it's going to be a season unlike any other, packed with the kind of twists and turns you'd expect from a particularly avant-garde puppet show where the puppets are also performing algebraic equations. What do you think? Did I miss anything? Let me know below. It's like predicting the trajectory of a particularly bouncy rubber chicken. Remember, in Westeros, the unexpected is always just around the corner, waiting to surprise us with its glorious, baffling unpredictability. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe for more, ring the bell and comment below, and remember there's always another episode.